All right, so I'm recording, and then I have your permission to post this. Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have Macro here. Reached out. This account he acquired about a month ago. I was thinking you actually you're like a mid to high spend
Yes, sir.
player.
I think so. I would say so.
500k is a month is mid to high spend. And then you've actually, for the most part, have been playing in the early game, and then you've never actually played KBK 5 or beyond before, right?
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I have
so
not.
I'll just full disclosure. This is not an indictment on you necessarily, but I think there's a lot people could learn from this one. We'll go
hmm
over. So obviously, this is a very old account. All right, it's like a
hmm
was it 7-digit, 8-digit, 7-digit account, right? 8 million something. Probably like a Rise of Civilization, and this is the account here, right? And I'll be honest, this is one of the most confusing accounts I've ever actually gotten, just because like from commanders to equipment, and never mind armament, which I'm actually going to do live. It there's a lot of like traps, right? Because it's not necessarily bad, right? Like you can bring this account on field, it'll do okay. It's just some of the investment is taking you down a route where it's suboptimal. So as you want to progress this account, you're forced to either having to give up certain things or essentially keep writing out the mistake more, right? And it's very, very hard to choose what to hold on to and what to let go of, right? And like off
hmm
stream, what we talked about, the example I gave was really, really common in KBK, right? People either place a flag or try a strategy or a territory where it's actually costing a lot of like just like brain power from the leadership and really kingdom members to try to hold on to that territory. And then like a lot of times the right play is to actually give that up, set yourself up in a better position, and overall you're more likely to win the war, right? I still remember, I forgot who it was that told me this, the 2377, 2429 KVK, 2377, I think this was the first one. They actually had a flag that was placed in a really crappy spot that they tried to defend, and because they tried to defend it for like a whole day, it actually was very draining and led to the stalemate. And once they actually gave up that flag, reorganized the territory a lot better, they ended up actually getting the upper hand and eventually winning the KVK. Okay,
hmm
so you actually got this account and was able to do a commander swap, and you swapped your secondary archer, right? What was it at the time? Was it Boudica?
No, it was El Cid.
El Cid. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Okay. El
Yeah,
Cid. Okay.
exactly.
So that's actually not a bad swap. El Cid for like Ragnar, right? Well, you essentially
hmm
swap for Ragnar and Hua, and then you swapped El Cid, and then what was the second commander you swapped?
It was, I think it was Mehmed. It
Okay.
was
Okay,
expertise.
good. So you actually did two gold key commanders, which is good, right?
hmm
Now, in retrospect, right, the way I would have swapped it is I actually would have swapped for Arthur
hmm
and Philip. Okay, so then
Philip.
if
I
you
was thinking Philip.
right,
But this account was so focused on
I
infantry, and
know,
I know Philip could have worked with
yeah,
infantry, and
yeah,
I saw all the hype about Ragnar.
yeah,
So
yeah, and that's the thing about when I talked about like a mistake, right? When you say the account was so
hmm
focused on infantry, that kind of
through
like colored your judgment on having to
hmm
go even more into infantry, right? Because you either keep going into infantry or you're going to have to say dismantle a set or back off a 3M, right? So like that's a tough. It's a very confusing choice actually,
hmm
right? Now you just imagine, right? Because like right now, if you had uh, Arthur and Philip, right? Then for
hmm
the Inf, you could run Lucia Alex, right? You can run Guan Skip, and then you're going to have a third infantry set sitting there. But then you'll also be able to run, say, like Hua Arthur, and then you can actually run ZL Philip, right? And then with a third infantry, uh, we're about to get the infantry cycle coming up next, right? So then let's just say the new infantry is good, which we assume he's going to be, right? All of a sudden, you can start playing around with it a little bit, right? Maybe when the new infantry comes out, you'll run like Philip as part of your three infantry, and then like ZL, like you could run like like even Ethelflight or something, right? In the meantime, but even if you can't really run a good archer, because you gave up a El Cid, it's not like you give up like a good commander. Right after
Mhm.
infantry, the archer comes out, right? So you'll be able to do ZL with a new archer commander, right? So like from an investment standpoint, that actually would have set you up a lot better, right? Whereas
Okay.
now, like the way you're at now, right? When the new inf comes out, right, you actually could flex the 3 infantry, right? But then like, what are you gonna do for your second archer, right? Right now you're running Hoanevsky, which is like a really good dueling march, but there's like probably like 4 or 5 cav marches I can name off the top of my head that would be better, right?
Mhm.
So anyways, that's already happened, but I'm just kind of talking through it where like if you made that decision, right? Like it's even in the moment, right? Like Ragnar Scipio would have been good, but like if you skip Ragnar, that actually would have been a much better play. And by the way, like for the commander swap, the biggest mistake most people made was they swapped for Ragnar, in my opinion. It just didn't set most people's account up in the future. So it's not just a you
Mhm.
thing. I saw it over and over. We even made an announcement in our kingdom. I still saw people swap for Ragnar when honestly I don't think they should have. Okay. So now let's actually get to the equipment. And you can see everything on the screen here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there's a couple of things where it makes it very difficult. So one, you have a KVK helm, right? But then 2 crit Eternal Empire. I don't even know if it's natural crit. Probably isn't. The account's very old, and apparently it was like a infantry focus, right? So they went down that route. Uh, I would actually eventually dismantle the KVK infantry helm. Okay, and here's the reason why. KVK items, one, the amount of blueprints you get for it is just very, very limited. And then 2, unless you're actually just planning on rallying and garrisoning, uh, the 4-piece set bonus for infantry is actually almost, I want to say like necessary, but it's way more valuable than the set bonus for archer or CAS because you get the 10% march speed for the slowest unit type, right? So like if you have 2 crit Eternal Empire helms and then a KVK helm, right? The natural thought process of, well, the KVK helm is just better, right? The base stats are better from like Awaken
Mhm.
2 to 5 is better, right? But okay, how are you going to get that many blueprints, right? Are you just going to keep getting the KVK
Mhm.
helm blueprint? Or you can already have helms that where it's already crit, which is actually where most of the uh, mats and blueprints will go into, right? Like it's already like more than half done. Right now, you just need to get it awakened, and you don't even need to get it to awaken 5, right? But like it's actually will set your account up a lot better, right? So like if you were going to dismantle 1 out of the 3, it would actually be the KBK helm and not the Eternal Empire helm, right? So and I'll talk about dismantling later. I'm not going to get there right now, and I'm not telling you to do it right now. Okay, it's actually the same thing for this leadership chest. I don't know why the person I don't know why it was crafted, right? But like a crit uh, leadership chest, right? Leadership chest gives you, I think, like 8% defense, and the hope
Mhm.
clip was 12%, right?
Right.
Even crit, is actually worse than the hope cloak, right? And the problem with it being crit for infantry already is that it essentially you're already going down that route where there's like there's not much wiggle room for it, right? Like if you want to use it, for example, for like a city garrison in the future, or like your 3rd archer or 3rd cavalry, whatever, it's already crit for infantry, right? Out of the stuff that I would dismantle, that would probably be the last one I would dismantle because it has some versatility and use. But if I was going to dismantle 1 out of the 3, it would actually be the crit leadership chest and not your 2 iconic hope cloak. Okay. And then if you look at the setup right here on the screen right here, right? So I don't know, can you see this mouse thing on my
Yes,
screen?
I
Okay.
can.
So I would actually move these boots, right? The set boots over here to the second set, because now all of a sudden you get that 10% march speed, and the shields will go to the 3rd set, right? I would actually move the KVK
Mhm.
helm to the 3rd set, and I would actually move the leadership chest to the 3rd set, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right,
So
and
I
then
can get the march speed too.
yeah, then now when you're piecing this together, then right,
Mhm.
I would actually move the set gloves, right, into set 1 and 2, and then the sacred grips is actually the one that's going to go on the 3rd set. Okay. Now, if your spend is what it's at for this KVK coming up, and this is a stock KVK, I assume.
Mhm.
Okay, right? Like I actually wouldn't dismantle right now, right? Because you're literally in matchmaking, and you'll be able to like use it and do something with it, right? Like it's I don't know when they're going to announce the new infantry, but it seems like the cycles are coming pretty fast. And then you said you're in a A seed.
AC, yes, sir.
Okay, and it's just so like you know AC now, and I think I looked up your kingdom real quick. Like the AC now, for the most part, like it's not the best, but it'll actually at least be able to hang, especially with how much you're probably going to invest into tech. Okay, but what I would recommend is that you actually probably dismantle everything except for the leadership chest after the KVK. Okay, like on your third set. And then I would actually move that into KVK accessories. So you're essentially consolidating the third set down, the infantry set, and then you're actually making the other 4 sets better where you get accessories. And then when you craft another set in the future, will probably actually be going into CAF. Because you already have Hoa expertise, you have Nevsky expertise, right? Williams 5551. Right, like it makes more sense for you to actually start getting into CAF because CAFs are so deep and they're in a really good place right now. It would make sense for you to do that, right? So I think you told me you had like 650 gold heads, which actually is a very important to kind of like save this account. I would actually invest in Arthur, like unlock him, and then all the things that come up where right you could get like 3 gold heads for a commander, or you could get like like alliance mobilization, whatever. You essentially put that into Arthur, and then
so go all in on Arthur, basically.
Well, yes and no. You go in on Arthur, but you actually don't go all in until you have to use him for fighting. Okay. And honestly, if you want to be a little bit more long-term focused, I actually wouldn't even invest in him. I wouldn't put any of your gold heads into him. I would just run like Nevsky. But the Arthur is the one where all the additional gold heads you're getting, or commander specific heads you're getting, you pump it into. Okay, so hopefully what we're looking for is that you are set up to invest in the next infantry, because we're assuming he's good, right? If he's not, then perfect. Then like you're already good with your 2 infantry marches, and then you could maybe like go into Philip instead of the new infantry. I doubt that's going to be the case. Right? We have to see what comes out, but that way you can start kind of catching up, right? So unlock Arthur now, or you have Arthur or no?
Should, yeah, right? I have him 5-1-1-1.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so then basically any of the commander specific heads you could choose, just put it into Arthur. Okay, but hold off on investing your gold heads into them as long as possible, or maybe just don't do it all together. Basically, that's kind of like the project on the side, because like a lot of those commander specific heads, right? You have to choose a commander for them. Might as well actually be someone that's going to be around for like the next few years in the game. Okay.
You wouldn't recommend Philip on that case?
Philip? What do you mean? Like right now, doing that to Philip instead of Arthur?
Yeah.
No, I would say Arthur is a higher priority.
Okay.
Okay. Philip is more universal, but there isn't like a case right now where like the Philip march is game breaking. Probably Philip's best pairing, in my opinion, is actually behind Arthur. You run Arthur primary, Philip secondary. Using like if you want to run combo attack, I think that's actually the best pairing. Better than Arthur Attila. Okay. So if you do that, you can start kind of like catching up with this, right? So basically for this KVK, I assume you had like Ethelfled or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So like Ethelfled can maybe go behind ZL, right? Depending on the level of competition. And what people don't talk about, like your actual crystal tech can compensate for for a lot of lack in equipment, more than people think, right? You still have to have a certain degree of like equipment and armaments, but it could compensate for a lot of it. And based on your spend, your crystal tech should be better than most people in your KVK. Okay, and then with Guan, right? I don't know what other commander you have, like where you could like mess around with it, but like for example, if you had like Martel triple relic, right? That actually,
I think I do.
Yeah, then like maybe running like Ragnar Martel. I actually never really thought about that. Ragnar Martel, triple relic. We're actually, and then I think one skip would be your 3 infantry marches.
Mhm.
Okay.
I was just doing like the murder ball tester,
Yeah.
the new one that came out, with my Luce Alex versus this Ragnar Scipio, and I was like going back and forth between Ragnar and Guan,
Yeah.
and the Ragnar Scipio was holding its own against the Luce Alex, and
Yeah.
that made me think, oh,
Yeah, but that's like
it's gonna
one-on-one
be.
duel, right? Which is the problem with a lot of this. Is
Mhm.
like if you do that, then the whole NFC is going to dominate. But when you're actually talking about open field, like how much is it's
Okay.
it's a little bit different. So let me actually did I close a game? Let's see.
I'm not sure. It
Here we
ended
go.
the
Okay, so
stream.
yeah, I just ended the stream. Let me open the stream for the game now. Okay, so you can see this, right? So let's actually move this around a little bit. Right, so here, this should be your best set, right? We're going to move. Was it on Guan or was it on Ragnar? I can't remember. Okay, here. So this one. What did the Ragnar? Oh, was it? Let's see. Okay, it's Ragnar. I'm gonna swap this over. Here we're gonna swap it over. And then the boots. This I'm actually going to. Let's see. I'll actually keep this here, because the Lucia Alex actually needs March speed the least. Okay, but where is your chest? Okay. So this one is difficult because if you're running 3-piece here, right? Ideally, you're just running the set boots, but you already have a crit, and this is why this is the most confusing one. It's like
I give you a challenge
you
today.
almost have to give up something somewhere. Okay, so this one is pretty good. We're actually gonna switch the boots here. Right, and then basically how you're going to determine your second and third infantry set, the way I would go about it is whichever one is slower, because they're kind of far apart, but they're not that far. Whichever one is slower, I would actually give this, and then the faster one I would give the third set for now. Okay, and then let's actually go over here, so we'll add these back in, and eventually, probably after this KVK, if it was me personally, I would actually dismantle everything here except for the leadership chest. And then eventually I would also dismantle the leadership chest. Right, so I would dismantle everything here, and I would actually use this to make my accessory in a better place. Right, and then like essentially I'm looking to maximize on 2 infantry marches. Okay, and it hurts, right? But that's what happens when you have to give us something.
Thinking about that.
Or do a certain mistake, right? But you don't have to worry about that until now. Okay, so for now, these will be your 2 infantry sets, and then if you go back to investing, right? You do the thing with Arthur. The next infantry will probably be worth investing in, and then you'll actually be able to run 3 pretty solid infantry marches. So it can also be something where you don't dismantle, right? And you just have the third set where it is, which will be this, which will be running your 3rd march. And then when you're actually able to run a second cav, and I would actually do second cav, not second archer, second cav march, then you dismantle and let it already kind of build towards your second cav march. Okay. But like I just think at some point though, for the overall upside of your account, you're gonna want to get rid of your 3rd inf set and make it a second of something.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay. So
that's but
go ahead.
If you look at my troops, I don't even have enough cavalry to run T5, so that's what's holding me back from investing in cav right now.
Yeah, I would actually I mean, it's not that much like less speeds, but I actually would do T4, get that built up first. You know, because like if you want to upgrade a T5, you could do it in mass during KVK. Right, it's a lot cheaper as far as like the amount of speeds and running like full T4, especially or even like half T4, half T5 in the first zone is way cheaper on the resources. Okay. You actually save about 10% of speeds. It does use less speeds, but obviously you're going to heal more, right? But like Wick Gaming did a calculation maybe like 3 years ago at this point now. It was actually about 10% less speeds when you run all T4 as opposed to T5, even though you do have to heal more often.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's actually get into your armaments. Okay. So your armaments, let me just look through what's where. The biggest thing for me, like I like to start at, is actually the inscription, because that determines the upside of the armaments, right? Because you could get stats on anything, but the inscription isn't that good. For example, if you have alert, right, this is not that good versus something that's say like a double inscription. It's like giving you like 3.5% health and 3.5% attack, right? If you reroll this to a good place, right, you're still limited by the inscription. Whereas like you can actually have like one good stat and 2 like irrelevant stats and 2 good inscriptions, and it'll be way better than this, right? Okay. So like it won't look as clean, but overall it'll be a lot better. So what we want is we actually want good inscriptions first, and then depending on like your spend on armaments, if it's worth it for you to reroll, or you're just gonna save your transmutation stones until you actually get something really worth rerolling, right? So like if you're not locking anything, it's 1 transmutation stone, right? A good place for a lot of people to shoot for is just to get 2 good stats or 2 relevant stats and not a third one, because it only costs you 2 stones every time to roll it. It only costs you 3 transmutation stones every time to lock 1 and just get 1 out of the 2. The percentages are really high, so it's a lot easier to get, and it costs you a lot less resources. And you don't actually go for the third one if you're very transmutation stone starved. Okay. But in the meantime, we're going to get rid of all the stuff that you're just never going to use, because this is inventory that can help you get more transmutation stones. All right, so I'm going to just unlock all of this right now, because you're not going to use this, right? And
okay.
Actually, wait. Let me check right now, because I don't even know. I'm not going to recycle them. Just see how much there is to recycle. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna select basically anything that's epic and elite, and then we're okay. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this first, right? You're just not gonna use epic at this point. Okay, I know you have some on yours, but like with this much. You won't need it, and it's already equipped on you. So we're gonna get rid of all this. All right, this will save you a lot. Okay. Now from here, that might be like the max amount of. Okay, you already actually bought all of it. Okay. Every single week.
I'm waiting for it to reset.
Every single week, buy the 15. Okay, that's a lot. Okay. And then let me see your pity system. This is at 3. Oh, okay. It's actually wedge.
Yeah, I need that to be arch.
Let me see. This is at 1. Wedge. Okay. And then how many conversion stones you have? Let me see.
I haven't bought any. I don't think I have any.
Oh, you don't have any? We'll check real quick. No, you have 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we'll play around with this. I think, based on what I'm seeing, I think you'll actually still pull for wedge. But let's go through this, okay? So I actually do have to go in about 30 minutes. So the best I could do, I think, is clean up all of this for you, and then probably we'll go through one set, and then you can start seeing like kind of like what to do. Okay. So this is good. We're gonna keep that. This one I wouldn't lock, right? You already have something that's way, like higher upside and already done, right? So when you put a hunter on this is just done. This one, it's kind of mid stats. If there's something better, I would probably unlock that. This one I for sure would unlock, right? It's triple stats, but it's low. Okay, I don't know
but
why
it looks clean though.
It looks clean. I know that's a trap. That's a trap. Okay, so you already have something on your ZL here. Warcry, it's okay. I'll keep it for now. Loose, you definitely if you, I'll keep this for you because it's not good. It's okay for. It's okay for. Actually, no. I'm just not gonna lock it. There's way better stuff. I'm not gonna even. And you'll see, right? That the less stuff you have, the less confusing it's going to be. If you do a good job of cleaning everything out. This is a very good common inscription. We'll keep that for now. Buried is not good, and you don't really have any upside here. War Cry. So you already have one down here, right? 0.5% all damage is not good. Like I would actually keep this for now and unlock this. Okay. Retaliatory, it's counterattack, I think. Yeah, like not worth keeping. If this was like 3.1, 3.1, because you can eventually put a hunter over it, I might keep it, but I want to keep it. Okay, and then that's all on this line, right? And then here, let's start from the bottom again. We're gonna unlock all of this. Yeah, and this stuff, I don't know. It may be for like when you first get to armaments, but like once you get past like the first, month or two of armaments, you're not going to keep those. Right. This one is really good. There's no way to really inscribe a good inscription right now. Like maybe in the future. So we keep that for the future, obviously. I don't even know why this is locked.
I have
Okay,
no clue.
okay.
I was going
We'll keep
through
that.
them and just, these are good percentages. Let me lock these.
Right. So like
Probably same for
this
those
one's
triple gold one.
Yeah, but in the future, basically think you want to keep that at a minimum as possible. Respite is not that good, so we're not gonna lock it. Vengeful's not that good. This inscription's good, and there's a very high stat. We might keep that. Embattled is okay. Probably won't need it though. Definitely not. Fine Horse is not good. It's like a March speed one. Widows, I think attack. Yeah, you don't need that. Widow is meh. Uplifting is very interesting. Very good for rally garrison and actually even siege, but not open fielding. Right. So this one you might convert in the future. We'll keep it for now because I haven't seen another one. Same thing here. We'll unlock this. This one is very good calf defense, like a mid all damage, which is actually still okay. Right. So for example, right here, if I had to choose between the two, I would choose this one. It's not great, but it's better than this. Because it's better than this, even though, this is a double stat, I'm not going to keep it. Right? And this one, low triple stat. This is a trap. If you try to fix this, it will be a lot of transmutation stones, and you can't even inscribe over it for now. Right? Same thing with this. This one is very high upside, right? Because you're already starting out with all damage, so the chances of pulling this is 3%, first of all. Whereas like some of the other ones is like 13 to 17% to get like an archer or infantry stat, and then it's like almost as high as you can get. And because all damage is universal, you can literally like try to roll this for anything. So it's actually very, very good. I wanted my keep for now. Let's see. This one actually might be a candidate to go over to Arch. Artisan, it's actually very solid. We'll keep that. Okay, because if we're gonna choose one or the other, right? 3% March speed. Archers do need March speed. This one has nothing that you're gonna use, and then I'm gonna unlock this. Enduring. At least 1%. This one we'll keep for now, just because it could be like easy plug and play, but you're probably not. here. For now. Sentries is something that like you could switch onto a city garrison, especially a tercio. And this thing would be like pretty solid. I'll keep that, but you're not going to use that for open field. Why is this?
No.
Why is
Yeah,
this one? Why is this one not locked? That's crazy.
I don't know.
Okay, okay. Almost reset. Almost recycled that. Let's see. Galloping.
I'm slowly working on that tercio
Yeah.
formation on
It's
my
because it's really easy to work
on my dispatch.
Yeah, it's really easy to. Oh no, no, no! Don't actually do it for the dispatch. So everything you
No?
pull for wedge for now. Okay, because I wish they changed it, but until they do, essentially they want you to do everything to build up this whitelist. So like if you start spreading it around, you start pulling for tercio, you start pulling for arch, whatever, it'll take you longer to get a pity, right? Once you
okay.
actually get another special where this resets, you can start considering. But considering where your armaments are at, you probably still want to pull for wedge even after you get a special. You know. Okay, so let's actually go back to armaments. So we're gonna recycle, right? But let's actually do epic and elite again. And I'm gonna recycle all. Okay. Okay. Now from here, let me just look at this. Okay, so we could just do it through here.
You know, I have an alt account that's probably worse than this one, and it'd probably
Yeah.
be more confusing for you.
The armaments isn't confusing. The armaments isn't confusing, and if anything, if it's worse, it's actually easier. One of the reasons why this one's very confusing, this is actually like almost like the best epic you could get. One of the reasons why this account is extra confusing is because it actually went pretty far in an investment in the equipment and stuff, right? Because if it was just like epics, whatever, there's no penalty for dismantling. It actually would be really easy. But it's like one of those where, okay, you crafted a KVK helm, but you also have two other infantry set helms that are already crit, right? You're probably not going to run 3M from the long term if you want to maximize your account at your spend level. So what do you do, right? That choice is a lot tougher than if you just like got to like Witch's lineage, which is like the purple helm, right? That's just an easy like you just let it go easily, right? Okay, so we don't need any of this. And don't worry, like I could promise you, just looking through your legendary, we could find something that's better than this. Like if you want to switch it over, you know, because a lot of times like, oh
Yeah.
well, I don't have anything there, so having something here is better than not. Like if you actually need to go to it, you have enough, and then with the conversion stones and everything now, it's actually fairly easy. Okay, so I'm gonna create more of this. So basically, you're always going to be getting 15 stones right away, at least for the next 3 weeks. When you're and let's look through this again. What am I doing? Okay. And then, is there no option where you could find the ones that are unlocked?
No, I think it already selected them
Okay.
once you put select all, because it won't pick the locked ones.
Okay, so let me actually do the filter. So basically, I want everything other than this. So I can just look through here, see which ones. So keep this one for now. That's actually really good. Okay, we'll keep that. We don't need that. Have you just been pulling a bunch of different stuff, or?
I low-key have. I didn't know how the dispatch actually
Right.
kind of worked. To me, it's like, oh, reset. Let me dispatch all 8 of
Yeah,
And
I would just pull
his
wedge,
matches.
and then if you could pick three, it's going to be wedge, arch, and then probably delta.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's one of those things that reset happens right before I leave for work, so I'm half awake, so I just do it real quick.
Yeah. Ward's not good. Payback's not good. Rage, robust. This one's like okay. Actually, I might keep that. Guarded. Brutal. Vengeful. Okay. Bluster is like the worst. Probably the worst. That or it's one of the worst you could get. Like Bluster as a inscription. I used to think, oh well, you know, you have they have Guans on the field, right? Like it could work, but it's not. Uplifting. Here's another one. We already kept one earlier, so we're not gonna keep that. Clips, I think is damage. No, less damage. That's one. This one I'll keep because it's very, very good for V formation. In case you ever decide to go siege in the future. Cohesive is actually okay. Assertive is a better version of this, where you just do 2% more damage on the map. But I think we'll keep that for now. Actually, might also go on. Siege work is not good. You're not going to rally. And you're not really going to be swarming that much. Cities, at least. Line shot, same thing for a V formation. I'll keep that if you ever want to switch. Okay. So we'll select here. And now, well, here, let me just do your arch real quick too then. So then we could be done with the recycling part. The recycling part is actually the least fun part.
I can tell.
But also it makes actually the biggest difference. It sets everything else up, right? Because like if you watch your, if you look through your wedge now, right? There's still a lot, right? Once I actually go through another round, I would actually start cleaning. No way, I haven't recycled this yet. But like, if you had like 9 or 10 to choose from, it makes the decision-making process a lot easier.
Gotcha.
So, go here. No, that's not. You already have enough. I'm gonna switch over. Oh my god, this thing's a monster. This, if you want to run Siege in the future, automatically switch over, put a special on it, or anything, and it'll be a beast. No. Okay. I'm not sure what Artisan will keep. All right, I see some double inscriptions there. Hopefully they're really good. Let's see. This one I would keep 1.8% all damage for the future. You're not going to use this until you can inscribe over this.
The max on that is 2,
2%,
right?
yeah.
2%. Okay.
All right, this is the same thing. Respite actually is useless because you don't actually take basic attack if your V formation set up right. You're taking counter attack. But it does have pretty solid triple stats. We'll keep it for now. This one we don't need. War Hunger, pretty solid there. Oops. Shit. This one I would keep, but it's actually not that good. These two are like, Lur's like below average. This one's like average at best. You put them together, it's like maybe slightly above average, and it's triple stats. I I probably, I don't know. I probably would take this over the fit. It's close. Probably actually the Lucha one I would take. This one is really good. But I would actually switch this off of Arch, right? Because Devious is skill damage. So if you have it on an Arch, you're not going to use it. This one is a candidate to swap over. But that as a double inscription, that's really, really good. Usually you're not going to get much better. This one I'll keep, again, V formation, maybe in the future. No. Nope. Okay. So now we're going to recycle that too. Okay, hold on, let's see here. Okay, so armaments. So now, let's actually see if we get lucky. Right, so you got 3. Okay, 12 stones is good. Well, it's better than getting like 5 stones, I think. You have 13 stones only. Okay. So we're actually kind of limited by stones. You cool with
I
opening
had
these?
used some already.
You
What's
cool
that?
opening?
Yeah.
But there's not really
Open
a
them.
reason to save them. A lot of times people are like, oh, I'm waiting for another formation. Like with the convergence stones, it's not that necessary.
It's better you open them because then I'll just collect more trash.
No, well, I want you to get into a habit of just recycling. You know?
But they're gold. I don't want to recycle them.
No, you have to do it, or else it makes it very hard. So like, hopefully, looking through it, you get the idea. Like, that's why I sometimes don't like doing this, right? Because if I do this, and this is good, not as great as it seems, but it's, you know, you have a almost max tab health.
The health one.
Yeah, that's why sometimes I'm hesitant to do this, because like I want people to actually like learn as opposed to me just doing it for them. But okay, so now let's actually figure out, since this is your best set, we want this to be complete, right? So we're gonna start out, figure out. You're limited in stones. That's not. Okay, so perfect. So this one, I would actually switch over, because Craze, in my opinion, is not that good. It's actually one of the worst rares, right? But if you look, once I make this a Arch, Battle Ready, in my opinion, is one of the best rares, right? So even though this is on the Guan right now, this is actually, I think it's going to cost you 2 or 3, and you only have 5, but I think it's actually worth it. Okay, it's going to cost you 3 out of 5. KVK, you should be able to get 10 in KVK, unless you're just like a complete not fighting dead weight. If you fight and you do the honor, you'll be able to get 10 KVK. So this one's worth it. Okay, and then from here, because I want to save stones, I'm just going to put this double on for now. Okay, and this one. Okay, and then from here, fit. Galloping. This one, let's actually do this. All right, we're not going to lock anything, because 1.5 is not that good. This one. You don't really need March speed. Getting very unlucky here.
Story of my life.
I would. How many transmutation? Okay, you don't have any transmutation crystals. That's right. You should still be able to get okay, perfect. Okay, right. This is a very good place to start from now. So now we just need to get lucky. You have 2 shots, right? So every slot in this slot, I think it's 17% chance to get an infantry stat. So hopefully we get lucky. No. Okay, so we're out of stones, right? But when the reset comes around, right, you have 2 shots, and then you want to actually get infantry stat on one of these, right? You're gonna have 2 shots, right? Ideally you get 1. If not, this is actually a candidate for a transmutation crystal. Okay, because even in the future, if you want to put a special inscription on this, it would be worth it. Okay.
Okay.
But we didn't really get lucky. Well, we kind of did, because 1.8% all damage is actually
1.8
really
is
good. Okay.
pretty good.
Okay. So there's that. And you're out of transmutation crystals. So now it's like trying to figure out. This is actually in a pretty solid place. Let's look at your cap. Alright, so this is crazy that you're running this. And there should be something better, right? Cohesive would be. We just don't have stones. Let's see if we get lucky here. I would not lock that. 1 stone, maybe? Okay, I was not lucky at all. Okay, so you actually have to run the purple for now, right? But if there was one you're going to mess around with, I would actually mess around with this. Don't lock any. You're looking for 2 cap stats. This is like okay, but it's not good enough for you to really want to use a transmutation crystal on it.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see the ZL. Something here. Harvester. Okay. I think I actually saw when we're here. That was not equipped. Oh wait, I didn't equip that? Okay. Let me go to the Lucia. Okay. Actually save this. Whoa. What is this? What is this? Is this your best end?
Health, defense, attack.
Okay, let me just do this.
I was
okay.
trying.
All right, let me do this.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna do Inf Arch. Okay. Here we go. Okay. And then we're just gonna do this too. Okay. So this one we're gonna save. Right. And this is your Arch set now. This one we are going to wait. Is this the best one, or is it the one on your? Oh wait, it's this one. Okay. This we're gonna call it Inf skill. This should be your best Inf wedge set. Or you do wedge 1. Okay. And then this. Oh, you have a hunter here. So let's switch this, actually, I lied. Well, to be fair, you're actually going to switch everything together, but let me... Okay. This will be your best skill. So this will be called... So M skill 1, M wedge 1. Okay. But we're actually going to save this first. Right. And then this one will be called M wedge 2. I wish I had a little bit more transmutation stones to work with. We could actually make some big changes.
Yeah, maybe I can hoard up some, and you can help me out.
Or like everything
next time.
just let me know. We could just do it like in private. Okay, but now I'm gonna switch this now. Okay, because the Ragnar should be the second best one. So we're actually gonna load and then use this. And then the Guan will be the third best. Just because, like, you know, you're. Well, let me think. Guan Scipio or Ragnar Martel. Actually, no, I lied. I would actually, if you're running
You'd
3A,
still run
I
the
would still
Guan?
go Guan. Yeah. I forgot we're gonna do that, so I lied. Okay, so we'll do that, and then Ragnar. Okay, so we'll do this. This one we didn't change, right? I assume you had it saved. Looks like you had it
Oh
saved.
yes, I guess so.
No, it's something different.
Oh, I guess I changed them. I was doing some cleanups, but only looking at the stats. I wasn't really looking at the inscriptions.
Okay.
That's probably why there was a harvester on the arch one.
Okay, we'll save that for now. Yeah, then inscriptions should be the priority. So we decaf 1. And then the archer looks like it's missing something now. So, oh man. Okay.
Yeah, just don't look at that one.
Okay.
It looks clean. Just don't look at the harvester.
Yeah. I think we can. We might be able to squeeze some things here. Because none of those have inscriptions. Okay. Yeah, 3 stones. This one I would make a wedge. You're gonna be out, but you'll get 10. Oh no, you're 2. Okay. This one I will switch over. Literally, you could put this on your archer and it'll be better than whatever is there right now.
I think I have flux script, so you can use it to buy the conversions.
Alright.
Or at least just one of the bundles. Or something.
Do that. It's easier to not spend someone else's money, right?
Yeah. Always.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, you gotta do that. But I don't know what this is. It's kind of frozen. Let's see.
Oh, I guess I didn't have a $10 one.
I
Okay.
can't even X out of it. All right. Wait, how do you get rid of this if you
Oh,
get
sure.
stuck? All right.
It's never gotten stuck with me.
All right, let me close that. Oops. All right. Let me open this again. Okay. Do I need to share my screen again? Let's see.
I believe so.
Okay, yeah, but I would buy it, switch it over, and literally put that on your archer, and it'll be better than just the stats you have there. Because even looking at your stats, I think it was like 8 something, so that means it was like triple stats, but it wasn't even that high, right? So I think it'll be in this slot right here. Actually, this would be the best one. It'll be the highest one, but yeah, that one is actually worth working on. So the unswerving, right, the one on the arch for Luce. This one is a candidate for wait, what just happened? Oh, did I do something by accident? Okay. This one is a candidate to reroll just because once you finish out, unless you get super lucky, you get like double in, right? Like it could be 1.5, 1.5. I wouldn't do it. It's just not worth it because it's not so much like it can't get better. It's like to use it there, are you missing out on a bigger upgrade somewhere else? Right, and then like this would be where you really want to focus on is like getting good inscriptions. Right, so if you switch this over, this one, right, this by itself with 0.6% all damage is probably not probably. I think I would actually probably take it over just a triple archer stat. But when I'm re-rolling it, I actually wouldn't lock anything. I would actually roll for all 3, and then once you're out, transmutation crystal. But this is actually probably one of the best double inscriptions you can get. So So this one is actually a very high upside and it's worth rolling. Okay, and 0.6% isn't that good, but it's good enough for now where like you're getting something out of this spot, and you're getting two inscriptions. Okay. So that would be this spot up here, right? This looks like high stats. The other one would be better. This one, Artisan, I would actually probably re-roll. I would actually lock the Archer and roll the other two. And as soon as I get one, I would stop there, right? Because I'm short on Transmutation Crystals or Transmutation Stones. This one, you actually don't have. Hopefully you get a better triple stat, and then like if you do get another hunter, this will be the first place I would put it for the biggest upgrade, because you literally have nothing here. I can't really even convert over. Actually, wait, I lied.
He's been slept on.
Yeah, wait, I lied. I forgot. We have other formations that I saved. So scroll. Right. Oh, here we go. Okay. That one might be worth just switching over, but then not rolling. Okay. But this one, I would actually just switch over. Let's see. It's one stone. I just don't know if it's worth it for like about like 2% extra health, right? Because essentially, I'm not going to do it, right? But if you wait, is this confirmed is just saying you want to switch, right? It's not going to actually do it, right? But
I think so. It's still gonna give you a preview, I think.
Yeah, because then when you go over, right?
Yeah.
This, so 3.5% health, 1.7, 2.7, right? So if you remember that. First, so 3.5, 1.7, 2.7, right? So you're getting 1.2% health, 0.1% defense, and a 0.4% attack. Is it worth one stone?
How many stones was it for $10?
$10 you get one. And
Oh,
then
you get one?
I think it's like 20 for two. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think you have 2 left.
I have 2 left.
I probably wouldn't do it if it was like a better inscription. But you really need just like a good place to start from for your calves. I mean, for your archers.
Yeah. For example, a secondary.
Yeah, let me actually check. Instrument emblem. Okay. Let's focus fire. It's crazy that you have I would actually put this. Wait, what is something not on your Ragnar? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. This is way better than this. This is probably better than this. Let's go fix it now before I forget. This is way better. Okay. So we're going to do... Then let's go to Ragnar. So we actually just upgraded both of them, because this is not that good. Okay. That's cool. That's an upgrade. And then let's go back. But you see why, like I said, it would have taken a long time if I tried to walk you
Mhm.
through it. So instrument.
But I'm learning from
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Which is why I actually want to only like do video, not only, but like I'll actually offer where I'm just doing armaments. I'm doing this because one, this is kind of fun for me, but ooh, how did I not see this? Okay,
And then the 1.8 all damage
yeah,
on top of that.
yeah. So that actually will go here. Where is it? Okay, and then that's very high stats. That'll be hard to beat. Let's look up instruments. I'll do emblem too, just because I might have missed something. Okay. Yeah, 1.8. This one, when you're doing it, when you're re-rolling this, just lock the all damage and roll the other two.
Okay.
Let's look through just instrument. Okay, that's the one we wanted to switch over, right? So when we switch over automatically, okay. You can switch this over, but this is like a very average description. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you're actually gonna switch this over. Kind of wish we could do on stream, but like you just switch this over and then that'll be your set. Oh, I forgot about this actually. I forgot you're running the purple. Okay, so we'll just look at flag. Wow, it's like slim pickings here. Cohesive. That actually will probably be the one I switch over. Oh, you have a Valiant. Oh. Okay, that changes it. Let me see. Right. It's not so much that Valiant. Oh wait. Oh, is your Valiant enough for a different slot? Oh no, it's for the squirrel. Okay, never mind. All right, so this one. That's really close. Actually, this is better than this. Pursuer's like, yeah, no. Okay. Actually, wait, let me do that now. Right, so a lot of it is like kind of like tinkering through this. I just didn't. I was trying to rush, and then I actually missed this. So this one, I would actually put the Defiant on here. Then let's actually save it again. And then Archer. I find it hard to believe. I can't get an easy upgrade of this. Okay, so I'm actually going to switch this over. I think it's worth it just because this is so weak. We're going to go with a cohesive. Okay, we're going to go with a cohesive. And then from here, this one, when I'm transmuting, I literally just want to lock any, right? And then you're just hoping to get like, somehow get like 2 archer stats. If not, Cohesive itself is pretty good, 2% damage. When your damage actually matters, and I would take that over these like low triple stats and Harvester. Let me just get rid of this for you right now. That's just not good. And honestly, like even this one, I would take over this probably. Okay, so like this one's already better, right? Or in the meantime, if you want something that kind of looks clean, so you can feel better about it, just do that one. Actually, I probably, you know what? Because you are a little like starved in the zones, I actually wouldn't roll this. Just because you have 3 shots, the chances of you getting something are fairly low. You just needed something good to come around. So we do this. That's not ideal. Okay. Okay. Actually, yeah, that's all we can do for now. Okay. But is there anything like you don't get questions? I think this one I'm waiting for you to convert it over off stream, right, from the arch one, the double. And definitely save this, just because in the future if you can inscribe over it, it'll be a monster. You just can't right now. It's kind of capped. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just low on options when it comes to
I get it.
switching stuff around right now, but I'll get there.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And then, oh yeah, so for the marches, we already went over him, right? The Luce,
Yeah,
Alex,
let me pull it up.
Guan Yu, Scipio, and then the Ragnar Martel.
Yeah, let me share this with you. You could actually even compare the before and after for the armaments if you want. But the way I would do this, right, it's Lu Alex. I would do Guan Scipio. Like Guan literally has so much synergy with Scipio. And then like Ragnar with like a triple relic Martel. It's just like 50% of attack is a lot, plus another 10% defense, and you get like 20% march speed. It's actually
get attack from Ragnar too.
Yeah. Well, I'm just talking
from
about from Martel, right? But like,
okay,
like that much of a triple relic is kind of crazy, which actually makes him like almost like relevant again in like garrisons and stuff. And then I would actually run ZL Ethel. Okay. Arthur, I would actually hold out on for as long as possible. Like, you just feel like you can't take it and then friggin' like max him, but like hold out at least until your first fight. And then by your first fight, we might actually even know what the next inf is, which would actually kind of determine the decision-making process.
Okay.
But like whatever is on this third set for your inf that I moved over, I forgot if I put it on Guan or Ragnar. I would not upgrade it, right? So if you want to work on your accessories, because you're gonna use the accessories, right? But like that's something where at some point you give yourself the option to either dismantle and move on to something else, or at the very least, like it's for the lack of better word, it's like suboptimal investment, right? So like if you put more into it, like what you're gonna get out of it versus like someone else who has things all lined up, they're gonna get more out of it, right? So use it until like you get to a point where you're gonna unlock a second cav or archer, probably cav, and then it would just make sense like to just kind of let that go, and then your 5 could be 2 inf, 2 cav, 2 archer, and you'll be back on track.
Okay.
Any questions or comments?
I have one that I've been wanting to ask.
Sure.
I have the blueprint for the KVK hammer.
Yeah.
Do you recommend me building that? Because that's what I've been kind of trying to build before the
I would not do
beginning of this. No?
Because you have 2 crit shields, right? Like if you had like a 1 crit shield and then like 2 blue crit shields or something, like, and you have a blueprint maybe, but like it literally, like, what are you going to do? You're going to build that, you're going to go back to 3 inf, and then like, are you going to dismantle something? Are you going to run 3 inf? Like if you're forcing yourself to run 3 inf, really what you have to think about in the future, right? Like, would you rather run the 3rd inf or the 2nd best cav or 2nd best archer in the future, right? Because unless you get to 7 marches, right, you're literally choosing the 3rd best inf march over the 2nd best archer or cav march in the future.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so like yes, you have the blueprint. It sucks about it, whatever. But it's like one of those where like okay, like don't double down on the
The
I'll call it a
mistake that
mistake.
we
Yeah,
talked about.
yeah. But you just keep going down that route. Like oh, I built this flag here, right? And we already invested 2 hours defending it. Even though we're getting wrecked, I don't want to lose the amount of troops and the investment we put into it, and you actually get wrecked more.
Gotcha.
Right.
Thank you for
Right.
pointing me to the right direction, because obviously I'm just going down a rabbit hole here.
Yeah, no problem. Man. All right, but keep in touch. When you get more stones, let me know offline because I actually enjoy doing this stuff. But
Okay.
we do
Yeah,
a lot of
I
gaming.
can hoard them for you, and maybe once in a while get the conversions too. And
Yeah, sure. Or like maybe like since you're about to end, like right before your fight, right? You should have a lot saved up, and then keep pulling for wedge. By the way, you should have a lot saved up, and then we could just do something
Yeah.
quick off stream.
the plan for my plan for this KVK
Yeah.
wasn't even to use my this one, my main account, for the fights until the last zone.
Yeah.
So I'll probably end up hoarding a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
And then that
I mean,
way
this
we can
account. So like that's weird, right? Because this
definitely
account
optimize.
will do okay at the seating you're at. It'll do okay. Right, it's not so much that it can't perform; it's that it's not set up to really maximize like output in an account in the future. Right. We are kind of getting to a point. It's kind of weird, right? Because you can make a case if you have fill up, right, and then like especially like maybe you can make a case where the power creep isn't as steep. Like you could start like maining like a troop type again, but we're not quite there. And if you like gun to the head, you have me just choose like, are we gonna actually ever get back to a point where you can main a troop type, or do you have to diversify? I will say probably like 80-20, that diversifying is actually the better like optimum play, right? So because of that, rather than just like trying to hold on to 3M, at some point you let it go, it hurts a little bit, and then you're actually on track. You know what I mean? But you don't have to do that this game literally because you're about to go in, right? Like dismantling the set now does nothing for you, right? You might get some accessories out of it, but like you could literally put a third inf march out there that'll actually do okay, right? So that's something you'll probably decide after.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll probably do exactly that for now, and then just continue on.
Yeah,
Building onto what you got for me.
Usually people will like follow up and stuff. So any questions, just hit me up and then we'll discuss.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna stop recording.